Schools of flying fish can be seen gliding across the water in the wide ocean. Similar to the wings of seabirds, their lengthy fins extend out in a wide spread. This particular species is not only a representation of tenacity, but it is also an essential source of food all across the planet. Hundreds of thousands of tons of flying fish are harvested by the fishing industry every year in order to satisfy the enormous demand that exists inside the country. Let us accompany the fishermen as they face the waves in order to bring flying fish from the ocean to the land before they are prepared into delectable dishes that are served on the table. Fish that are able to fly are drawn to light and have a habit of jumping out of the water in order to move around. In order to take advantage of this tendency, fishermen utilize fire on their boats in order to attract flying fish during the night. Flying fish are attracted by the flames that are blazing over the sea, and they proceed to dash toward the light as swiftly as they can. Flying fish are at their most active shortly before dawn, when the water in the ocean begins to move somewhat, which causes schools of fish to travel through the sea. The fishermen pay close attention to the currents, the direction of the wind, and even the sky in order to anticipate when the fish will finally show up. The fishermen come back with their catches brimming with glittering silver fish, which is an indication that a bustling morning market is waiting for them on the shore. When the boat arrives at its destination, the flying fish are quickly sorted according to their size and then promptly placed in enormous containers filled with ice in order to keep the temperature consistent. For the purpose of removing the heads and fins of the flying fish, workers make use of sharp knives. Following that, they are subjected to a final washing procedure in order to totally eliminate any pollutants that may still be present. The fish are steamed for a short period of time at high temperatures, which allows them to be cooked to a low degree while preserving their natural texture and shape. Canned flying fish is an excellent option for meals that can be prepared quickly and easily, while still maintaining a high level of flavor and nutritional value. Rich sauces are a great complement to the meat's naturally sweet and soft texture, which enables a wide range of mouth-watering recipes to be prepared. Flying fish are frequently cooked over hot charcoal in many coastal regions of Japan, which results in the release of a characteristic aroma. Alternatively, flying fish can be preserved for long-term preservation. Frequently, dried fish is utilized as a component in the preparation of dashi soup or in a variety of foods that are prepared at home. The rich, slightly sweet flavor of flying fish has become a treasured part of the culinary memories of coastal towns. These memories are strongly connected to the warm dinners that families share together and the customs that have been passed down for generations. Well, if our video stopped here, it would be too sketchy, so now we will have detailed information about the habits of flying fish that few people know. Actually, flying fish do not actually fly like birds do. Rather, they employ a unique gliding mechanism in order to avoid being eaten by predators. It is possible for them to launch themselves out of the water at great speeds thanks to their elongated pectoral fins, which operate similarly to wings. Flying fish are able to attain speeds of up to 60 kilometers per hour when they are attempting to escape danger. They do this by propelling themselves above the surface of the water using forceful tail motions. The quick thrashing of their tails before they leave the water gives them momentum, which enables them to glide lengths of more than 200 meters in a single leap. Because of this remarkable adaptation, they are able to avoid being eaten by natural predators, including mackerel, tuna, and dolphins. Some species even have additional pelvic fins that function as a second set of wings, which enables them to remain airborne for significantly longer lengths of time. With their sleek, shimmering bodies and wing-like fins, they blur the line between sea and sky, turning a simple act of survival into an awe-inspiring spectacle. But beyond their mesmerizing leaps, flying fish harbor many fascinating secrets that make them some of the ocean's most extraordinary creatures. Aerodynamic design. Built for flight over water. Flying fish are marvels of natural engineering, ranging from 15 to 30 centimeters in length. Though some species can reach up to 45 centimeters, their streamlined bodies reduce drag, allowing them to reach incredible speeds. Their large, round eyes provide exceptional vision, crucial for detecting predators from below. However, their most defining feature is their elongated pectoral fins, resembling the wings of a bird. These fins, when fully extended, generate lift, propelling the fish into the air for astonishing distances. Unlike other fish, which rely solely on swimming to escape danger, flying fish take an unconventional approach. They take flight. Before launching, they use rapid tail movements, propelling themselves forward at speeds of up to 70 kilometers per hour. Then, breaking through the water's surface, they spread their fins and glide. The longest recorded flight of a flying fish spans an astounding 400 meters, nearly the length of 4 football fields. In some cases, they can even adjust their angle mid-air, touching the water momentarily to gain another boost before soaring once more. Additionally, flying fish are members of the family Ecological, which comprises more than 60 species that are currently known. Warm, tropical, and subtropical ocean waters are the most common habitats for these species, which can be found all over the world. The course of their evolutionary journey has endowed them with the amazing capacity to survive in habitats that are both aquatic and aerial environments. Through the development of this ability to glide, flying fish have effectively adapted to living in wide waters, where it is essential for survival to be able to escape from potentially dangerous predators. In marine ecosystems, flying fish are among the most common fish species since their distribution spans the Atlantic, Pacific, and Indian Oceans. This makes them one of the most widespread fish species. In addition to this, flying fish have exceptionally interesting reproductive behaviors. They lay their eggs in coastal locations, where they have the ability to adhere themselves to suspended seaweed or debris, so preventing the eggs from being taken away by the currents of the ocean. Additionally, the eggs have filaments that are sticky, which enables them to anchor themselves securely, thus improving their chances of survival. The time it takes for eggs to hatch can vary from species to species, but it normally takes anywhere from a few days to a number of weeks. It is interesting to note that flying fish larvae have very little similarity to adult fish. They have features on their heads that resemble whiskers and are elongated, but these traits disappear as the fish mature. Tobiko, also known as flying fish roe, is regarded as a delicacy in a number of Asian cuisines, particularly in Japan and Taiwan. It is frequently utilized in sushi and other gourmet foods. Flying fish are an essential component of the food chain that exists in the ocean. Numerous large marine predators, such as tuna, swordfish, and seabirds, rely on them as their principal source of nutrition. The absence of flying fish would result in substantial food shortages for these predators, which might potentially upset the entire ecosystem of the marine environment. In addition, flying fish play a role in the process of nutrient cycling that occurs within ocean waters. By moving between different depths and gliding above the surface, they contribute to the distribution of nutrients that are necessary for the species diversity of marine organisms. In many of the communities that are located on islands around the Pacific, flying fish are firmly ingrained in the culture and customs of the neighborhood. As an illustration, several Polynesian communities have developed distinctive fishing practices that are centered on the capture of flying fish, which is frequently viewed as a symbol of success and abundance. There is a folklore that exists in certain regions of the Caribbean that claims flying fish are mystical creatures who are able to lead wayward sailors to safety. Some cultures have even evolved traditional fishing tactics that involve the use of lights during the night. These techniques are comparable to the ones that fishermen in Japan and the Philippines have been utilizing for generations. The historical relationship between human societies and flying fish demonstrates that the significance of flying fish extends beyond the provision of nutrition and encompasses not just symbolism, but also legacy. Fish that are able to fly are very unique creatures since they take characteristics from both the water and the air. Because of their one-of-a-kind adaptations, incredibly important ecological role, and cultural value, they are among the most fascinating organisms that inhabit the ocean. Not only does the investigation of these characteristics allow us to get a more profound comprehension of marine biodiversity, but it also highlights the significance of preserving the natural habitats of marine organisms.